welcome to Gen Z Finance. I'm an older Gen Z on the cusp of being a young millennial documenting my financial journey here on YouTube. On screen right now is my 2022 Paycheck Planning Workbook. This is something that I created for myself. I do have a video going all over it and showing y'all how I used it and set it up for 2022. This is something I do at the beginning of every year, and it's kind of a budget forecast. This is kind of how I plan and forecast. For this video, really exciting, I had my annual review. So it is mid-month of July of 2022, and that's when we have all of our annual review, merit process, bonus, conversations, everything like that. So I just got my numbers and they're very exciting. And so since I'm getting a new salary, I thought I would update my budget plan. Here you can see my 2022 budget forecast that I've been using. And so you can see here, July, I have 3 paychecks set up this way. And then in August, I changed the paycheck. So July, I was going with my standard paycheck. And then in August, I'm starting to do the raise because I knew it would be, if not in July, then starting in August. But I was kind of guesstimating what my raise would be. So if we go to my Enter Details tab, you can see here raise realistic. I don't know exactly how I got to 65,700, but I thought, okay, 65,700, that is realistic. A 6% raise would have been about $65,500. So again, I don't really know where I saw this number and came up with this, but this was in my head, and that's what I kind of was like, well, let me just plan that that's going to be the raise I'm going to get. But that is actually not going to be my raise. I'm going to rename this as raise, #confirmed. And my new annual salary amount is $77,900. So let's again do some quick math. That is a $16,100 increase. I am getting a promotion. It's a title change. I'm currently a junior analyst, and now I'm going to be just a normal analyst. So that's exciting. And so now this is kind of where I can start planning out and thinking about, okay, so what actually would my paycheck look like with this? What can I realistically do? $77,900. Now, all of this is still carried over from what my current elections are. So currently I'm putting 28% of my paycheck towards my pre-tax 401k. So again, I want to do quick math. So that would be $838 paycheck, which times 26 paychecks, that'd be $2,181. So that gets me way over how much I can put into my 401k, because the limit for 2022 is, I believe, $20,500. And then I also have 5% going to a Roth 401k. First things first, I think I'm not going to contribute anything to my Roth 401k anymore, just because, like I said, there's a $16,000 increase. So that does kind of bump me up to the next tax bracket. And to quickly explain this, here is some math. So my old salary is $61,800. That automatically put me in the 22% tax bracket before you take into account any deductions. So my standard deduction of just about $13,000, I've been putting 28% to a pre-tax 401k, which would equal about $17,300. And then between my HSA, FSA, and health insurance deductions, that's pretty much another roughly $4,500 in deductions, which would mean my taxable income would be $27,200. That would put my highest tax rate at 12%. With my new salary at $77,900, again, that's still in the 22% tax bracket. If I kept the same exact deductions, those deductions equal $34,600, that would put my taxable income at $43,300, which is about $3,000 into the 22% tax bracket, because the 12% bracket ends at like $40,300, something like that. So if I increase my pre-tax 401k deductions, instead of putting that 5% to my Roth 401k, there'd be another $3,200 in deductions, which would take my taxable income to $40,100, which would put me in the 12% rate. Now, please note that this does not include any bonuses. For 2023, I might be over it anyway if you count my bonuses or any other extra income I might have, but this is just how I did a quick math of my taxes. It is in my best interest to put as much towards my pre-tax account, but again, 28% is still too much. So if we did 26%, that would make my annual amount $20,254. Again, the limit for 2022 is $20,500, but then also keep in mind I usually get a bonus, and so whatever that bonus amount is, that should cover, that $300 extra dollars for the year to get us to $20,500. So I'm going to say that 26% is good enough. That's how much I need to put towards my 401k each paycheck to max it out for the year. So based on those calculations, that means that my net paycheck every 2 weeks should be somewhere around $1,622.30. You can see that this original calculation for my paycheck was $1,180, and my actual paychecks are $1,148. So it's like within 50 cents, it's correct. So we have that raise done. Next, I need to update my bonus. So that's in the manual entry income sources section where you can just manually enter everything. And you can see here that I was predicting a $2,100 bonus because that's what I got last year for my bonus. But actually this year I'm getting $6,200. For my pre-tax 401k, I'm going to change the amount that is withheld, which is going to be 26%. So if you take $6,200 times 26, that means that $1,600 is going to be diverted into my pre-tax 401k. I'm going to remove the Roth 401k contributions, so we can leave that at 0. And then nothing else gets deducted from my bonuses except taxes. But pretty much this is calculating then that my net paycheck will be somewhere around $3,162. So with these done, we're gonna jump to my budget forecast. I'm gonna try not to get too detailed with it and update some things. So first things first is I'm going to unhide a couple of these categories, and then I'll rehide these other ones. And then here, I'm actually gonna get my bonus here, and I can delete that out from June. I'm not gonna get my bonus there. And you can see originally I was planning to put $945 towards my Roth IRA. So let's just look. I don't think I actually need that much left. To fully fund my Roth IRA, I only need another $360. So we're gonna delete that out. And in July, let's see, with my second paycheck of July, it looks like I'm a little bit over. I need $360. So we'll put $360 there. That leaves me $490 with this second paycheck of the month, which I have gotten, but I haven't actually budgeted out in YNAB yet. You can see that $1,100 is sitting there for me to budget out. So I gotta decide. Actually, yeah, let's just put it all into this move out fund category. Let's put $475, and then that will leave me $1,580 to kind of play around with if I want to do something. Maybe I'll put that towards like extra for eating out or something, but we'll do that. And then July, this third paycheck should be my raise amount. It's actually going to be more because this raise is going to be backdated to July 1st. So these two paychecks, I should have gotten this full amount, but I don't know exactly how much that's going to be. So I'm going to plan with this 1622, and then whatever extra money I have, it's just extra money I have. Okay, so I have like 500 put towards this like random, and that's just kind of like fun money you just got to raise in a really big promotion. Like, here's $500, do with it what you will. This is a big raise and this is a big promotion, and I decide I deserve to treat myself. I don't know what I'm going to treat myself with, but $500 should get me something. So that still leaves me $487. So if I take out that's $1,120 going towards my move out fund. So with my bonus, first things first, let's make sure let's do $200 towards extra for donations. That still leaves me almost $3,000. So if I do another $2,500 there, that still leaves me $462 to figure out what I want to do with. Maybe I'll do $300 in donations. Okay, maybe I'll put another $150 towards my travel and trips fund. I did take a trip in June/July, so that travel trips category is a little bit deplenished. Honestly, let's just make that $200. That leaves me $150. I think I'm gonna just put that $150 in like random for now, and I'll figure out what I want to do with that later. Okay, now we go to August, and I'm just going to select here, not raise realistic. That no longer exists. It's raise confirmed. And now I'm kind of going to decide, okay, my net paycheck each pay period has drastically increased. It used to be $1,100 and now it's going to be $1,600. So what do I want to do with that? Well, first things first, I want to at least increase how much I'm paying my mom for like household expenses from $450 to $500. Maybe more, but we'll see. I do know starting in August, I'm going to need to start paying for HBO Max because House of Dragons is premiering on HBO Max, and I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, so I'm really excited for that. And I think that's like $15. So I currently pay $17.78 for my monthly subscription. So let's do the math. $17.78 plus 15. We'll round that up to $33. And my annual subscriptions are only $10.55, not $15.55. Okay, I don't need to put any money towards prescriptions. Living expenses stay at $100, and then all of my fund money stays at $170. Donations, I currently do $50 a month in donations. Let's bump that up to $100. And then let's increase my family giving from $15 to $25. Car ownership and electronics is probably still good at $15. I can put all of this $150 that I usually like to put towards my travel and trips. I can put that all on one paycheck instead of splitting it up. Same thing with next year deductible. Let's put that all on one paycheck. And then car replacement will be there. Now that my Roth IRA is fully funded for the year, I do want to put that $500 that I was putting towards my Roth IRA and towards my brokerage and additional investing there. So we'll put $150 towards my towards my brokerage line item there. That leaves me with $18 up there. So we'll stay that for now. So then with my second paycheck each month, all of this is covered. I take 500 minus how much I've set aside. That would be $350 towards my brokerage with the second paychecks, and that leaves me $1,272. And like I said, everything is covered, like all of these bills. What if I increase this to $550, and then I only did 100 here and I did 400 there? That leaves me with $1,200 I could put towards my move out fund each month. And then that leaves me around $41 in kind of extra money right now, where I don't really have that assigned anywhere. And then this $1,200 is also kind of like getting me used to almost paying rent in a way, if you know what I mean. $1,200, kind of a standard rent in a medium cost of living city where I live. So if I actually kind of really like that, of just like automatically putting $1,200 every month into this savings category for my moving out, and then it gets me used to paying $1,200 a month in rent. Okay, I think I like this. All right, let me clean this up. So this blue signifies I'm putting this money in the current month that I'm getting paid, versus the green is when I budget ahead and put this money towards next month. So even though this is my August paycheck, this would all be going towards covering September's bills, which is a good point here where I should put an additional $100 aside in one of my July paychecks to cover the increase in how much I'm going to give to my mom for August. Because if we look at my YNAB, bills to mom for August is already covered, that $450, so I just need to get another $100. So let's take that from my bonus. I'll put this down to $250, and then I'll put this down to $150. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. That makes sense. So then I can take this and just kind of copy it for these next few months. This needs to be raise, 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 raise. I get a 3 paycheck month in December as well. Okay, but here, this is calculating how much I have going to my pre-tax 401k and my Roth 401k throughout the year, and right now it's at $21,941, which is $1,441 over the limit of $20,500. So what that tells me is definitely pretty much like these last 2 paychecks, I'm not going to have anything coming out of my paychecks for the pre-tax 401k because I'm over by $1,400 and this is $1,500. So, and I think I have that. Yeah, so I kind of already planned that out. So you can see here, this is my paycheck calculator for my raise with no 401k. So what we can do for this budget forecast is definitely this last one, 77 no 401k. So now we're only over by 66.2. Let's see, 77k.
So I'm gonna start entering in this. What's 15? We're only like how much? $600? So maybe 20%? Okay, let's try that. So 3,200. This is gonna be 376. 548. It's going to happen 26 times a year.
So now if I go to my budget forecast here, change this to half 401k, I'm still over by 512. So this will be maybe 10%. Budget forecast, 183, 5%. Let's see. Okay, that's close enough. So then in December, I currently have $914 unbudgeted for. And that's with putting an additional $500 into this kind of random do whatever you want with it category. So we definitely want to budget this out. I guess I'll bump this up to $1,700 and then bump this up to at least $1,500. And then maybe I will put, let's see, donations. We'll do an additional $200 there. And then that still gives me about $75 extra in December to kind of play around with when that happens. And I can always change this. This is a document that changes. Obviously, I mean, I'm updating it now once I got new information. So if I decide in like November, oh, actually, I want to put more money towards my vacation, I can do that. But this just gives me an idea of what it would look like. I mean, that's the big thing that I wanted to do for this video, is just update my budget forecast, because again, I do look at this with each paycheck, and each paycheck I'm always adjusting these numbers slightly a little bit, but this gives me a plan. It lets me know how much I can put towards my 401k, how much I can put towards additional investing, cash savings, chipping into household expenses, things like that. So if you are interested in the spreadsheet, I do have links in the description box down below for like the whole introductory thing. If you're like really overwhelmed, like, girl, what is this? Then you should watch the video where I kind of introduced it and showed it for the first time when I was setting it up for 2022 back in July. And then you can purchase it if you're interested. There are links in the description box down below. But that is going to be it for the planning the rest of 2022 out with my new salary, with my new income. This is just my plan currently. If anything changes, I'll let y'all know. I'll do another video, hopefully not quite as long, where I go through it and tell you what changed and why. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope y'all are staying safe and healthy. As always, have a good day.